Mutt Squad, welcome back to another Project of the Week video. Before we get started, please go down below, hit the subscription button and bell so you know when I post a new video, live stream or premiere. Now, I'm going to show you how I make a few of my different canes. I've already prepared my clay and got it in the ways that I use it when I make these canes, just to save time on the video. I will explain how I did that though. But here are some of my canes that I made. Let's see here. Right here we have a checkerboard, as you can see. And that's the square version. I also made a square checkerboard, but then I turned it into a round cane. And I'll show you how I do that as well. Well, I'll show you the technique of doing that as well. This one, I used the extruder and extruded the different colors. And then I just wrapped each one in black and then wrapped the whole thing in black. This is my rainbow one. Basically what I did is these same colors in here that I extruded out, I just stuck them randomly together and rolled them into a round cane. These two are bullseye canes. I will show you how I reduced them down. And this is another bullseye cane. Yeah, I had to look there for a minute. As you can see, I have green on the outside, orange, green, orange, green. These were Skinner blends that I rolled up into jelly rolls. And I will show you how I get them this small. So these are cane, and then I'll show you how I slice each cane. Usually what I do before I reduce a cane, I take a chunk of it and keep in the big size. That way, if I need more cane, I can always make more cane, or I can use it for a different project. So first, I will show you how I make my checkerboard cane. I'm using acid yellow and pearl blue, navy pearl blue. So I'll show you how I put the cane together. I just used my extruder and I made squares. And what a cane is just basically a three-dimensional object with a 2D center, basically. And then the way I do my colors is I just, whatever strikes my fancy. There are more elaborate canes where people actually make like leaves and stuff inside them. I have not gotten that good yet. So this is how I put it together. I will start out with, I'm going to go, let's see, how many have I got here? Yellows, 4, 4. So I can see how big I'm going to make this. You just have to plan out your size. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 4 wide. So then you just alternate them like that. So now I will put the blue on top of the yellow on top of the blue, and so on. So I don't have enough to do anymore. I'm not exactly sure how many I cut on this one. So. And this is all you do. You just stack them up. And you can do this in, like I say, any colors you want. It's just, yeah, I think I have enough. Yep, I have enough to do 3 layers. Okay. So there's my king all put together. Now I'll just take my piece. I use the piece, it's a piece of photo glass out of a photo frame. I just tape the edges so they're not sharp. And then I'll just take that and I'll push down on all four sides. And then I'll push down top, push down on the bottom. This kind of helps me keep it square. So then, yeah, your ends are going to be wonky, but I want to go ahead and cut this in half, and I'll show you how the inside looks. And there's the inside. So I'll let that one sit and all, but I'll show you how I take it and I'll make it into a round one. I'm just going to reduce it down just a tad. And then to make it round, I just roll it my hand to start. And then I can use the piece of glass and it's a round shape. I'll just cut a little piece of the end off here. Just where I thought I have an air pocket in the center. And that's how I get the round checkerboard. Okay, so now we'll move on to the, I'm not going to show you how to do this one because I really don't have enough black. But this, like I say, this one I will show in a future video. I'm just going to show you how I reduce this one in a little bit. But I don't have enough of the black to do this one. But I will show you how I do this one right here, which is what I call my rainbow cane. And for that one, I'm just using 3 colors today. I'm using this navy, the navy pearl. This is a pink. I don't remember the name of this pink. I think that might be Arteza. And then this is a green. I think it's lime green, if I'm not mistaken. So for this one, I just figure out the way I want to stack them together. So we're just going to go see, the pink and the green together like that. Pink, blue, green, and then we'll go pink, green, blue. And then we'll go blue and pink and green up on the top. We just like making little triangle shapes right now, but I'll show you how this works. And then we'll do a blue, a green, and pink again. Now I have an extra pink. So it doesn't really matter. All right. So we'll just have a blue and a pink together. There we go. There we go. And then you're just going to start putting them together. Into, you want to make a log here. I'm just trying to get them to stick together. And then you just use your, to roll this. And you just roll it out. And I'm just using this to smooch up the ends. Press this down into a log. Plug, as they call it. Okay, and I just roll this a little bit more. Start to find the shape. And as you can see, you have your swirl colors on the inside. So that's how I make my swirly kind of canes. That kind of looks camo-ish to me. Okay, so that's how I do those. Now to do a bullseye, let's see. Let me use a little bit of the gold and the screen. This is how I do my bullseyes. These are a little big. I was messing around with the size on that. You don't have to do them that big. But you do want to take some clay and you want to make a center. And basically you're just making a cylinder of that center color. In my case, I'm using this bronzy gold color. Just gonna cut those off. It's a little bigger than I want it. Okay. Now this is on a number 2 on my pasta machine. But I'm gonna run it a little bit through there again. Just to actually, I think I want to put this one at number 3. I'm actually going to go down one setting. Yeah, I like that. And then you just lay your piece down. You want to eyeball to get some straight edges here. You want to make sure you have a straight edge. Cut it on. You want to eyeball roughly. Okay. Now what I usually do is I bevel my ends. So I will take one end and I'll cut it that way. And I'll take this end, cut that way, that, and I'll actually cut this way this time. And then I take the piece and I wrap here. Now, I let that touch. Now I take my clay and I roll it just until that line touches. And it leaves a little registration mark. So Take and cut that there. You can smooth your seam out. Now, yeah, I know this is a small bullseye, smaller than these, but you can make the in different sizes. So now I could actually take the layer of gold now, and I'm going to roll that out on the number 3. And I'm going to wrap a layer of gold around this. To fill in a couple places. And that will smooth out in a few once I roll it. But then you can keep on going with different colors if you would like. Let's just roll this out a little bit. But as you can see, you're starting to get your bullseye rings. So that's how I do that king. Okay. So I'll show you how I do a Skinner blend jelly roll. And basically just a jelly roll is like you're just rolling 2 colors together. So I'll show you how I do that as well. I'll use this blue and this gold. Which these are both rolled out on a number 2. To actually trim the gold and roll that out a little bit more. Okay. That'll work. All right. So we have our gold, we have our blue. Let's get a straight end on this one. I'll just trim up these ends. Let me sure I get this gold off this blue. You always try to conserve your clay, because some clay colors are hard to get right now. So us clayers try to conserve as much of our clay as we can. All right. Now, this is where you get the decision. You can either go with the gold on the outside and the blue on the inside, or the blue on the outside and the gold on the inside. I'm actually going to go with the gold on the inside. I'm actually going to cut that. But what I'm going to also do is take a little bit of this gold and make a snake, a thin snake. That way, when I wrap this, or as I'm wrapping this, I don't get no air pockets in the center. And you just take your, and you just start easing it up. And you're just going to slowly roll. Understand why this blue is cracking a little bit. And then you've got your jelly roll. And there is your jelly roll cane, made with 2 colors. Now I will show you how I do a Skinner blend, which I did a video. I'm not sure where it will fall in this series, and I don't know why this blue is so dry. Of how you make a Skinner blend. But this is a Skinner blend. I have 2 of them here that I'm going to make into canes. Need to trim this one. So okay. So I'm going to put these on a number 3. So I'm going to roll these out, starting on number 2, and then I'm going to progressively go down until I get my thinnest usable setting. There I want. So I get the length I want. And I found that if I do it slow, I get a good length. Here, so go down to number 6. Yes. All right. Okay, there's that one. And that is on a number 6. This one went a little wonky, but this one is on number 3. But I actually kind of like how that turned out. So just fix that a little bit. That will be fine. Just roll over here. There we go. Okay, so this isn't going to roll the way I exactly wanted it, but it'll work. So for a Skinner blind, I just start rolling it. And then I'll show you how I do a concertina fold and make a square one out of that. That's how you would roll a Skinner blend. That's going to have a lot of waste, but it's okay. And then that's how a Skinner blend rolls up. Now this one, I'm going to do what they call concertina fold or fan fold. I want the pink on the top, so we'll go this way. And you're just folding it back and forth, keeping it as evenly if you can. Make sure there's no air pockets in the fold. Fold it like this. And then you can I'm just going to cut that in half. And I'm going to stack it again. And then I would continue reducing that down into a square king. Now I'm going to show you how I reduce a king. To reduce a round king, you're just basically going to roll, putting a little pressure. Stretch it a little. The stretching that you can do with the square cane as well, but it's not as, the reducing is a little differently. And the thing is, you can go down as small as you like. You will have your ends will sink in, but you can just and then you just turn this. So as you can see, this cane went from being this size to this size. Now, I'll just check it off here. You can see how we went from being that size to that size. That's on how you reduce the round cane. Now to do a square cane, it's a little bit different. To do a square cane, you're going to mostly be pulling and smushing and pulling and smushing. That way it wakes the cane up. Now I want to as you can see, the cane is starting to get smaller. As you can see, we went from this size to now we're at this size. I'm actually going to cut this in half. So you can see how it's reduced. I want to keep a chunk that size, but I'm going to go a little bit smaller to show you how you can continue reducing. Now you see how we're down even smaller. I'm going to take a slice off of this one so you can see. And then you can see how small we've gone. I can continue down even smaller if I want. But I think I'm going to leave that right there. And you would just reduce these all round ones all the same way that I showed you how I reduced the bullseye. That is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please go down below and hit my subscription button and bell so you know when I post a new video, live stream, or premiere. And I will catch you in my next video.